Why does AI Chris sound so black?
I don't know.
I like it.
Interesting. Nick the Fed.
Today I was listening to myself on an old Why Are You Lacking and thought this guy has no idea he's going to get sued. I don't care. That's a problem for future Carl. Man, I'd hate to be that guy.
Man, I'd hate to be that guy. I saw that our buddy Karmic, a guy you're very fond of,
Big
great to
fan.
hang out in his chat.
I love it.
He was on vacay in Vegas, and lo and behold, he lost his YouTube channel. Very upsetting. So he tweets about this to let us know. He says, while in Vegas, I get news my channel was removed. I want to thank the fans for their continued support over the last year.
He took 20 pictures. That was the best one he got.
That's pretty good. Now, I have some thoughts on this. I hate seeing people lose their channels. It sucks. I hate that YouTube does that. Like, they're just like, all right, you're gone. Whoa, it happened to Cardiff, which sucked.
Yeah, just so we're clear, this wasn't a strike. This wasn't somebody else's doing. This wasn't a conspiracy or forces working behind the scenes. This was YouTube decided just too much violent threats and harassment.
So it says, hi, Karmic. We've reviewed your content and found severe or repeated violations of our harassment policy. Because of this, we've removed your channel from YouTube. Now, when you say no one did anything, we don't know that that's true.
Well, I just think this isn't the direct result of these strikes that have been running rampant through the Dabbleverse.
Correct. Now, a couple months ago, Haley from Pretty Antisocial ran an experiment where she put all of his episodes through AI, like transcribed them all and put them through AI, and asked, like, what's the gist of the show? Like, what is he getting out about? And what AI said, unprompted, was, oh, this show is against YouTube's harassment policy.
Yeah.
Specifically. And I don't think Haley from Pretty Antisocial is going on and tattletaling on anyone. But who knows? Maybe somebody saw that and they're like, oh, we should let YouTube know this is going on. I don't know what happened, or maybe YouTube had just finally caught up to them. There was some speculation, and I'm sorry, Adam, not to cut you off. There's some speculation because YouTube has been really homing in. Thank you, speech coach. Homing in on the AI slop that's out there. And nobody likes using AI more than Karmic. And so I've seen people say, oh, it's probably because of the AI stuff. But no, specifically, this says harassment policy.
He was led to believe that because he keeps his episodes, either takes them down immediately or they're all private, that YouTube isn't scanning them. And he, which was out of character, left one up. And all of his shows are, as AI decidedly characterized, deeply violent, threatening, aggressive, and homosexual. And
I don't think that's against the terms of service.
No, but when you combine them all together, it creates a cocktail that's just not right for YouTube's standards and practices.
He's called me a cocksucker a few times. I think that's true. Yeah,
he's done more than that.
True.
He specifically accuses people he's never met of predatory, violent, sexual crimes and says he knows in his heart. And he does it over and over and over again. And he left an episode up. He didn't take it down. And he thinks that's what possibly got flagged.
What do you think's going on in that Valley of Men, too? That seems like...
I think it's a lot of fucking and sucking, Carl.
Yeah, I think so, too. I think you're right. All right, so you grabbed a clip about him not caring about this.
This is when he took to the air to let us know that he's okay and he's not emotionally bothered by this.
Oh, fuck.
Jesus Christ. This fucking guy. I mean, I couldn't imagine crying one time on the internet, let alone all the fucking time. What is his deal?
Anyway. Now I'm going to be fucking ridiculed for this shit. Like I give a fuck.
Sounds like you do. I would feel bad about it.
You know, of all the shit that I said out there, I don't wish anybody ill will.
YouTube's like, oh, okay, our bad that we didn't realize.
Bullshit. Never have had like a negative reaction about other people and they're supportive and nice.
All right.
He goes on and on.
Yeah. So he's feeling some regrets, it sounds like. Maybe he should have done things a little bit differently. But this Karmic guy is a genius. And I know it's not just the vocabulary he uses, which he always uses correctly. Not just that. There's other reasons why he's a genius.
I think it'd be interesting. Like, everybody says, you know, the wealthy don't have really any problems to deal with, you know. Maybe that's true for some people. Maybe that's true, but what are the problems that they have to deal with? I'm sure they don't have I'm sure they have a moment here or there where they're a little perturbed with the way the world operates. Maybe they do kind of have those moments. Maybe it does happen to everybody. Maybe everybody has that. So maybe you can't really run away from problems. Maybe it just happens.
Wow. The way he figured it out in real time, the way he processed that in real time, it's very impressive.
It's such a great example of stupidity, like real stupidity, not the kind where you think of like the Three Stooges, but like he misunderstood a famous saying, more money, more problems is the saying. He's like, you know, that saying about how squeaky wheels get no grease. Well, maybe, maybe if we just squeak loud enough, we'll get some grease one day. And he thinks he invented it. He really thinks he's done something there. I love it.
That's great. Well, we'll miss Karmic X.
Don't worry. He's already on Rumble being more violent, promising more violence, making more threats, and trying to take everyone down because even though we know it's a YouTube strike, he's convinced that it is a conspiracy of many moving parts from all over the world designed to take him down. And as he says, we know who we are. We know who we are.
Gilly, can you get this guy in therapy again? I know you guys were in couples therapy, but maybe he needs to talk to a professional about other things.
Any good couples therapist would say, oh, you don't need couples therapy. You need therapy. And you need therapy.
Yes, they would recognize that very quickly. Speaking of needing therapy, Rob Saul was joining the program for the first time ever. I know he's been on Point Dabble Point with me before, but this is the first time on Who Are These Podcasts? And I wanted to talk to Rob because I saw some activities going on this week. Welcome to the show, Rob Saul. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up? How are you? I caught the end of the Karmic talk. I remember one time he said he was going to ejaculate all over my face to prove his dominance over me. So he's not a big Rob Saul fan.
Maybe you would like that.
Sounds like a really big fan.
Yeah, I was going to say, when I'm thinking about ejaculating on someone's face, that's someone I'm really keen on. Yeah. Otherwise, I'd be embarrassed.
I would have trouble getting it up, if I didn't really care.
Right, yeah. So, that might be against YouTube's policies to say things like that. Speaking of YouTube's policies, so you were striking away. You were striking Pest this week, and then you guys worked it out. Tell us the background on this, because I am one of the people who thinks that the Clippers are very important for the Dabbleverse. And I don't like any channels getting struck. That's my general policy. But definitely I want the Clippers to be protected from strikes.
I agree with you, Carl. You're right. I think a lot of people, when I came back and have gotten the wrong idea, I think people think that I've come back and say, hey, everybody, I went to rehab. I'm 100% better now, and everybody should like me.
Well, that's what Senator John's takeaway is.
Yeah, but it's just not the case. I'm a fucked up person. I mean, most of my I wasn't born a alcoholic or a drug addict. I was diagnosed with PTSD. It's a lot of emotional stuff, and when you come off of drugs and alcohol after being on them for so long, your hormones get all out of whack for like the first 6 months to a year. So fortunately, because I'm online, a presence online, you get to see that all in real time. But yeah, that's what happened. I had.
What's so funny, Rob? I almost went to go pause you. I'm so used to not talking to you directly and just having clips of you on the show. I was like, I'm going to pause this guy. I want to talk about his small penis and his brother. Yeah. Speaking of that PTSD.
Well, there you go. I mean, listen, you guys, I've talked about my childhood, some of it, and that doesn't even scrape the surface. There's stuff I
scrape the cervix.
Yeah, he's never scraping the surface with that dick.
But yeah, it could make your head spin. But so yeah, I in my personal life, I got into a argument with a intoxicated friend that was over, and I kind of not drugs and alcohol relapse, but I mentally relapsed to where I became that angry, impulsive person I was when I was drinking, and something I had,
Is this the first time this has happened since getting out of rehab?
Yeah, I mean, I do stuff like on the air. People are like, "Oh, he's so angry," but I'm just like, trying to do content. I'm not like really upset on the internet. But yeah, in real life, this is like the first time I really got upset. I thought I kicked the anger problem, and I didn't. So
what did Pest do to you?
Well, Pest didn't really do. Okay, so it wasn't Pest; it was the friend, and Pest had been putting up a lot of clips of me that were very like, where he was not very complimentary of me, which it's fine. I'm on the internet; I should have thick skin, but
Are these clips from your show? Are these clips of your show?
Yes.
Yeah, because Pest doesn't do commentary, right? He just clips your show.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
maybe the titles are mean spirited, or the thumbnail.
No, what's yes that and then he puts dog lover across. But
okay, yeah. All right. That's some editorializing.
So some of it was members only. And anyway, that doesn't even matter because I am taking full responsibility. Where you ask yourself, am I the asshole? I am the asshole. So after I'd gotten this altercation with a friend, I went online, not the smart thing to do, and I saw another clip that Pest had put up, and I thought I was in my rights to start striking. Okay. And nobody agrees with that. Shuley reached out to me, Deb, everybody that likes me, said, hey, don't do this. So I sat and thought about it.
I didn't even like you when I reached out to you.
Yeah, I know. So I thought about it and I said, all right, yeah, I'm reverting back to my old ways again. So I reached out to Pest and I said, listen, I'm sorry. I told him what I was going through. I said, I sincerely apologize. And I removed the strikes. So then Liquid Cryptid, after that, it all happened.
And I'll just mention real quick, I do want to get into that portion of it. So I saw the back and forth on X between you and Pest, and Pest was very cordial about it afterwards. He said, yep, it's all been taken care of. Everything's good. We squashed it, so apparently you guys have had enough conversation. He's like, I get it, man, which is good. I'm glad that Pest didn't like want to retaliate or something like that. He's like, all right, man, I get it. Thanks for getting rid of the strike.
Yeah. And again, a lot of people think that I use this as an excuse. So I don't expect like I did something wrong. I apologize. Everybody needs to forgive me. I'm not saying that, but he did. And I thought it was squashed, but then Liquid Cryptic and a few other people were like, well, we don't forgive you. So Liquid Cryptid said that he was going to put all my members only show and put them fully with no context on his YouTube channel. And he says that he has this affidavit he can send in that can get rid of strikes by saying, I attest under, penalties of perjury that it's, that I'm putting context on it or that it's just clips, but he was just putting the whole show. I guess thinking that I'm not wealthy by any means, but I'm not, that broke where I won't put something in.
So generally, as I said, I'm not for striking. I'm very against striking channels. It sounds like he was goading you based on what you're saying here. Yeah. I don't think people should just take someone's entire bonus show and pop it up on YouTube. That's how I make my living is through bonus content, patreon.com/wherethespodcasts. So I understand that portion of it, you being like, well, no, you can't just steal my content and give it away for free.
Yes. So
did he actually do that or just threatened to do it?
No, he did it. Yeah, he did it. And he did 3 of them. So I struck all 3 and, he put in the affidavit thing. So I started the proceeding.
Was there any conversation before this, any back and forth DMs or anything to be like, hey man, why are you doing this? I made it right with Pest.
Well, no, because it was going on, but he said, I'm coming after you. I said, no, I changed my mind and did like a laughing emoji, because, I'd worked things out with him already. Right. And everybody was, saying, and I took my beatings when people were like, you're so gay. That was stupid. I'm like, you're right. I took my beatings. So.
What do you mean you took your beatings? You retaliated as hard as you possibly could.
No. I mean, I took my beatings that I got for retaliating.
Okay, fair.
Yeah. Like, people were, calling me out for doing the strikes. Right. And I wasn't arguing with people. I wasn't saying, I'm just to do this. I was agreeing with everybody that was calling me names. I said, you're right. I still have a lot of work to do on myself, still in very heavy therapy. But so anyway, his information is on the affidavit thing that he sends to reverse the strike. So I emailed him and told him that, you're doing the full shows and you're attesting under penalty of perjury that you're just clipping and putting your own context, and you're not. And I said, so I am going to, go forward with this and, put a little bit of money into it and do that. And then he reached back out and was like, well, why can't you just apologize and remove the strikes? And I said, dude, that's what I've been trying to do. I said, that's what the whole point. This happened after I talked to you today, Carl. And he goes, yeah, all right.
Okay.
Well, if you remove the strikes, I'll let it go. I didn't realize that you and Pest had squashed it. So
Okay.
there's no strikes now. It's all done. And
Okay, good. I love
yes.
what Liquid Cryptid does. So I'm
Yes.
glad to hear that. I'm glad it was a misunderstanding.
yeah,
And then you figure that out. All right. So the moral of the story is
yes,
striking channels is gay ops and
Yeah.
evil.
I agree.
And don't do that.
Yes.
And always try to work with people and figure it out whenever you can.
Yes, it was very impulsive on my end, and and I did. I went. It wasn't just on the internet; it was in real life. I started acting impulsive again, and I went to group, and I was a subject to group, and then I had to do individual therapy. And I said, I think I'm mentally relapsing. I'm reverting back to this impulsive behavior and not thinking before I act.
Well, I will tell you that I've seen obviously your comeback, your return to the internet, and you've talked about how there was a time when you wanted to be the new Duke. I'll be the punching bag. I'll be the bad guy in the Dabbleverse. Everyone can do this.
Yeah.
And you've said like, wow, that was really stupid.
Yeah.
I never should have done that. I'm glad I'm not doing that. And you kind of had this redemption arc that a lot of people have applauded.
I think
for.
it's over now.
Well, yeah. So that's when I saw you were striking Pest
Yeah.
and going after it with Liquid Cryptid. I was like, Rob, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Yeah.
Even before these strikes, I remember going to your Twitter right after PDP, and you were pretty aggressive. As soon as you got back, things got pretty
Aggressive. How so?
just responding to people on your Twitter. It was a lot of anger and a lot of name calling, a lot of sexual stuff, a lot of not as bad as it was before, but yeah,
Oh, you're
immediately
talking about
accusing
like-
people
yeah.
of being whatever violent, predatory thing comes to mind, and you're still doing it. So we're glad that you're sober, and I support that you're sober. But in terms of the change of behavior, this is what we'd like to see. Like no more of that violent, aggressive response, and no more of that striking whenever you have a feeling, because there's nothing I've seen that's been done to you yet that you haven't done twice as hard to everybody around.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't claim to be a victim. I never have, but it's just I have a lot of things to work through, and I'm not claiming that everybody should love me now and that I'm perfect and that hey, I went to rehab. I didn't ask for a redemption arc. I didn't come back. I came back expecting people to hate me just as equally and be like, oh, we were right. He is a junkie. He was in rehab. So this wasn't like come back. And I saw a clip of Carl saying that, that I came back and was like, hey, everybody, I hate Stuttering John now too. Love me, which is, couldn't be further. Like I started distancing myself from Stuttering John even before I went to rehab. When I came back, I had all intention to just be nice with him, but keep a distance from him. Once Shuley reached out to me and then I did PDP, I knew things were going to get a little, go downhill. And then, he went full attack on me, and I went back at him. And to me, it's just Stuttering John kind of irritates me because not only, was he wishing my relapse and just horrible things, and
Stop acting like you're so much better than him just because you stopped drinking, Rob.
yeah. And I mean, he's just, but now he's saying, oh, Carl and Shuley are right. Maybe he is fucking his dog. Maybe he is fucking his aunt. You know what? He is unwatchable, but I wasn't
I know.
unwatchable and I wasn't all these things when I
That
was.
whole angle is so silly. I never said you fucked your aunt.
Yeah.
Maybe you did. Good stuff, Jack.
So it's like, I used to be his little dancing monkey. He loved me when I would come on. Can you come on my show drunk and high and make a fool of yourself and talk about Carl and Shuley? And here I came dancing like the monkey, and I wasn't all those things then. And it just, I will say I am annoyed, like as being sober, looking at it from a sober point of view, I'm not like judging him for using alcohol, but it does annoy me. Not only does he not want to better his own life with his family and his kids that don't speak with him or talk to him, but he is aggressively just nasty to anybody that does want to do that.
Yeah, I saw in the chat, People think you also struck Doom. I think Doom put something out that was kind of confusing. Did you put a strike in on Doom's channel?
Yes, I was.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, this was. She.
Was this while we were talking? When was this?
No. This was. She. This is when I was still spiraling. This is before I calmed myself down. She, when she saw the strike, she had DM'd me and called me a fag and then started posting stuff. And I was still in my angry state. And I said, "You're next, bitch," and went in there. But all strikes are removed and no future strikes will happen.
Oh, shit. Okay.
You went on a bender.
Yeah.
I know. That's what I said. I said, I told my therapist, I said, I feel like almost as guilty if I did drink. I said, because it's pretty much just a relapse of behavior.
Any other clip channels that you struck in this time?
No.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Liquid Cryptid, Doom, and Pest were it. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, look, this is disarming. This doesn't happen in the Dabbleverse. People don't come and take ownership and responsibility and admit what they've done and promise not to do it again. So it is very disarming. We are disarmed. You get one. You get one. You don't get to keep doing this and keep another relapse. Everybody's a fag. You don't get to just.
No. I totally get it. It's and I don't expect people now to just say, "Oh, we forgive them, we like them," and all that. I get it. That's behavior, and I probably shouldn't be broadcasting as much as I do. I do tell my therapists and my groups about everything, and they are fine with me broadcasting, but.
I remember I asked you about that on Point Dabble Point, and I said, "There's no way they're advising you to be doing this broadcast." And you said, "Well, they're not telling me not to."
No, they talk about it, and they told me to stay away from the negative stuff. They've seen, I've told them a lot of positive.
Point me to the non-negative stuff in the Dabbleverse, and I'll meet you there.
When I first came back, it was like 95% positive, and I wasn't expecting it, and I don't expect it to continue. Well, it's not now, But yeah, they said it's fine to do, and I've kind of been staying away. I haven't gone back to work full time. I'm still doing, but I'm going back to work full time next week. I'm going to be more in a structured schedule, and I won't be broadcasting as much. And I'm trying to not.
You still work at a bar restaurant?
Yes, I did want to bring that up too, is because obviously I am not taking the most the easiest route of sobriety, because I am still in the Dabbleverse and I am still bartending. My therapist and everybody in my recovery knows about this. It can be done. It's called
California Sober.
Yeah.
All I'm doing is drinking and smoking weed, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, I haven't been smoking weed. The program I'm in right now is 100% abstinence. So I get drug tested 2 to 3 times a week. So I can't have anything, even like marijuana.
Yeah, but if a guy offers you a shot at the bar, come on, even.
No,
drinks for the last 2.5 hours.
No,
get over here, Robbie.
And alcohol stays with the test they do. It stays in your system 80 hours, and there's never like an 80-hour.
No. One beer goes away in 1 hour.
Your beer math is way off, Rob. I would have told you that.